me because it's a perspective. If I embrace change for what it really is, it's going to help me. It's going to improve me. It's going to elevate me to another area of my life, perhaps where I need to grow. But we resist it because we've been told since we were kids that no one likes change. If one thing is constant in life, it is change. So I've learned to embrace it, and I encourage leaders to create a culture of change. Businesses do not have feelings. It doesn't. And if a business is going to be thriving and survive in today's world, one thing is constant, and it is change. Here it says it's okay to fail, but it's not okay to give up. Right? It's okay to fail, just don't give up. Failure is part of life. Perhaps some of your most valuable lessons was when you failed. It's inevitable. We're in the end of baseball season. What's a good batting average? 300, right? Which means that 700% of the time they struck out. But yet we call a baseball player their hero, their Hall of Famer, at a batting average of 300. Many of us have batting averages of 300, or perhaps even greater. But sometimes we do not get to our potential. We do not get to that next elevation of life because we quit. Part of success, ladies and gentlemen, as you defined it, failure is inevitable. It's a learning opportunity to improve yourself and your effectiveness and to maximize to get to your potential. This one here, find your own rhythm. Did anyone ever play jump rope when you were a kid? So I used to do that in my kid. I grew up in a small town called Poplar Bluff, Missouri, and we would do jump rope, and then they had this thing called double dutch, right? And so when they were doing that double dutch, every time they would do that, I would just trip and fall, and I was very clumsy. But when I grabbed that rope and just went in the backyard and started jumping myself, it's like I didn't trip, I didn't fall. And what I mean that was my own rhythm. Sometimes when we go into an organization or even in a clique or a group, it's different than what we are. I've learned to be comfortable in my own skin. I am, you are, we are good enough just the way we are. Now, it doesn't mean that we don't want to improve. But those days of trying to fit in, to another group or organization, whatever it may be, I've learned to be comfortable in richer skin and I am good enough. You are good enough. And often we see images or get messages that says that's not the case, which impacts your self-confidence, which impacts your self-talk, which is a conversation to yourself, with yourself, about yourself. How do you feel about you? It's important. Here it says, be intentional about your desired outcome. So have you ever been driving down the freeway and you see a plastic bag and it's just all over the place and hits this car, hits that truck? That's what I mean by sort of being intentional. And where I'm going there, if you're not careful in life, if you're not intentional about your desired outcome, you will be like that plastic bag just flying over here, flying over there. Now there's no doubt in my mind that you will not be able to achieve your goal. It just may take you longer to get there. Be intentional, be purposeful, be strategic about what you're trying to accomplish in your life. And also believe in the power of you. One of my favorite quotes, it says, I have missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I have lost almost 300 games. On 26 occasions, I've been entrusted to take the game-winning shot, and I missed. It says, I have failed over and over again in my life, and that is precisely why I succeed. Ladies and gentlemen, you have to believe in the power of you. Could you please look at your neighbor and say, I believe in you?
I believe in you.
And now look at yourself or talk to yourself and say that you believe in yourself. I believe in me. Absolutely. Right. Ladies and gentlemen, you can do anything you set your mind to or not. It's totally up to you. You must have a belief in you. And ladies and gentlemen, these are my wellness tips for goal achievement. My name is Richard Marks, encouraging you to expect great things to happen. Thank you.